Hi, my name is Julia Cattrall and I'm the winemaker for Lumos Wine Company. I'm standing here in the north block of Temperance Hill Vineyard with...
I'm Boone McCoy-Crisp. I'm the cellar master for Lumos and the vineyard assistant at the Rudolfo and Wren vineyard sites. So here in the part of the north block that we're in, which is the part that Lumos sources its fruit from, the soil type is Jory, which is sort of the definitive soil type for Oregon, I would say. It's historically the one that the Dundee Hills made famous as the Red Hills, and it's very characteristic to Oregon Pinot Noir. And our particular section is Pommard Clone Pinot Noir.
And I think the north block has this kind of classic elegance that is defined both by the influence of the Van Duzer winds on this block that seem to have a slightly different character than they do in the Guam block, which you may have heard us talk about earlier. The Van Duzer corridor winds here, to me, bring in a little bit more kind of dusty tannin character and some really pretty kind of quinate or bergamot-esque bitterness that gives this wine an age-worthiness that is really interesting and seductive.
Yeah, and this wine does a really beautiful job of, well, this block particularly, of expressing parts of Temperance Hill which are characteristic to the vineyard as a whole, but selecting out very particular elements and honing in on them in a really incredible and elegant way, in my opinion. Particularly characteristics of nutmeg and spice, which are both intense and light in their expression and not overbearing at all.
At its best, I think that this really has a lot of the hallmark characteristics of fruit from Temperance Hill, including a really delicate kind of light dusty purple floral. And in order to really emphasize these delicate characters and not let them get overwhelmed, we make this wine typically in a very similar style each year. We use a fermenter that can be layered, so you have a layer of destemmed fruit at the bottom, and then a layer of whole clusters of grapes, and then another layer of destemmed fruit on top. And we extend the maceration when the fermentation is finished for usually another week or two, so you get a really gentle yet thorough extraction of those flavors. And this, we call it the layer cake, really helps to develop the floral and the kind of innate savoriness without making a wine that is huge and overblown.
And that really knits together tannin structures, which are a big part of how this wine has historically aged quite beautifully. Of all of our single block designates, it's the one that I have the sort of highest expectations for in terms of its longevity and age potential.
Yeah, so we hope that you enjoy it now and going forward.